heard of J Swab. Are you serious?
Righteous. Oh yeah. Righteous. King. Oh, it light it up.
Hey guys, it's Shynieka Taylor right here on MadTalkin, and we have a special guest today coming all the way from Alabama, the lyricist, the, what do you want to call yourself, metaphorical, everything. Hylyda.
What's good, Shynieka? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay, you're a new artist, upcoming talent. You know, I want to know what you have to offer this industry.
Well, definitely at this time in the industry, I definitely have to offer basically substance. That's what the game is missing. Just a story to tell, you know, something people can connect to, something that's real authentic. You know?
Listen, when I think of Hylyda, I think of bright. And see, your team light skinned. So, I am too though, so that's not shade. But I think of bright. Is that how you feel you are? Are you bright to this industry? Like, where did you come up with that name?
That's actually kind of part of the meaning, like basically saying Hylyda for one, skin complexion. For two,
so it was about your skin, so I was right.
Somewhere.
Okay.
For two, I would have to say just, you know, say you was in college or high school or whatever, just taking notes. Anything that's highlighted is normally what's important.
Now that is what makes Hylyda to me. When I read that you would hustle those mixtapes out your bag just to pay for college tuition, tell me about that. Where was your mindset at? Where's your mentality at?
Well, the mixtape basically, I couldn't get any producer to make beats for me, you know, so I had to go the route of, okay, jacking for beats, so to speak, getting something that's already established on the radio, and I just do a remix to it. So anyway, I made mixtapes after mixtapes after mixtapes, but the third mixtape, maybe that was the charm, Over Your Head mixtape, I actually sold 2,000 copies of that.
Wow.
For different prices, donation. I didn't put a price on it. Just like, hey, give what you can, what you feel. It doesn't matter. So when it all tallied up, I'm not even sure what I raised. All I know, I had enough that college was, my 2-year degree was good.
Right.
I was able to do that. So I got a degree from music.
Where you don't cuss or use profanity in your music. I feel like that also is what makes you stand out in this industry, because a lot of people feel like I have to be negative. A lot of people feel like they have to give out filth or just do what they think everyone wants to hear. But you took a different route. Tell me, why is that? Why aren't you using profanity in your music?
Well, nowadays you definitely want to be an example to your peers. You never know who is watching you, who is looking up to you. I got plenty of little cousins. I got, you know, I have a nephew. So you don't know how they actually receive your music. They can just be blurting out whatever just because you said it.
Right.
And repeat. But the reason why I think a lot of artists use profanity is, to me, it's like a limited vocabulary. It's ways around actually being profane, so you can still get your point across.
Right.
So, and plus it's somewhat of a challenge. And I like to challenge myself, because then your work comes out even better.
Right.
So I'd rather just stick to that. I've been known for that. So that's like something that you can already, you have to turn my music down when you pass the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can just let it ride.
I feel like you're going to be a challenge. You are going to be the one that's different, you know? So how are you going to prepare for that when you get in? Like, what are you doing to prepare yourself?
Well, that's actually a great question. But all you can do is make music that you love and that you feel that you're connected to, as well as others. Like J. Cole went platinum off Substance, his last album.
He did.
So it is an audience for it. You just gotta push it to their ear. You gotta find them.
You know, you guys haven't heard his song, but you're going to hear the song after this interview's over. But listening to Righteous King, you know what I mean? And I worked out to it today. You know, I put it, blast in my ear, and I only work out to certain people. Only certain people can have me thinking on another level where I feel like I can do this and I can keep going. So I listen to it, and regardless of whether you are independent, whether you get signed, whether, you know what I mean, whether people bump you or not, I honestly believe if you keep going the rate that you're going, you can be pronounced one of the greatest of all time.
You know, a lot of people like ask the question of about the whole Biggie Pac thing. It's
right.
almost like you can't mention Pac without Biggie and vice versa.
Right.
But I would say Pac was more of an influence because even outside of music, he was, he was
activist.
Really an activist. He was on another level.
Right.
So I never seen any clips or anything like that of Biggie doing the same thing.
Right.
Not to knock him, but that's why I was a little more connected to Pac because of what he does outside of the studio as well.
Now we're going to talk about this album because that's what's coming out.
Righteous
so
King.
What gave you that inspiration to call this Righteous King? Like, why did you call it Righteous King?
All right, first of all right. I looked up my name, my government name, Rashad. So I looked it up.
Hey, Rashad. Oh, this ATL.
Hey. You know, Common had it too, and I think Mr. Right, Rashad. Yeah.
Oh, snap.
I marked those down.
Yes.
But basically, I looked up my name. It's an Arabic name that actually means one who is on the righteous path. My name means guidance. So I was just trying to find something that connected to me personally. And I took the word righteous, and that was initially going to be the name of the album, Righteous. But then I just took it a step further, and Righteous King. That just came about.
Okay, now what is your favorite track on this album?
Whew. That is a hard one.
Is there anyone that makes you cry?
That is a hard one.
Is there anyone that you put like your whole life, heart, and soul into it?
Righteous King was definitely one of them.
Okay.
Another track, More Than a Color. Basically expressing how we are, we're more than just black skin. You don't have to lock your door when we walk past your car.
Right.
We're more than that. We deserve an opportunity, a chance, just like the next man. So that song is kind of touching on things of that nature. But that and a song called Goodbyes. It's saying the good girl and the good guy always get the goodbyes.
Okay.
Basically, the ones that always do right always get messed over. And that's the story behind that as well. And I think
very relatable.
Yeah.
Definitely for this time period we're in.
I think that's gonna be that's probably gonna make it to being one of my favorites. I really love that song.
All right, so after this album comes out and it's all said and done, what do you wish to accomplish with it?
Just to gain more listeners. If the money comes along with it, hey, that's fine too.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Buy the album, Righteous King. But it's not even about money for me. I really love what I do. I really love this. So it's like I said, if it buys me a new TV, a new computer, or whatever, hey, if you just download it and don't buy it,
Right.
I just want to be heard.
Well, we hear you. Well, you heard it from Hylyda. Make sure you go cop that album. This is MadTalkin. I'm Shynieka Taylor, and we're out.
Substance. Crazy how the flow still raw with no cussing. Halo for the crown. Watch a king go custom. Righteous. Lord bless him. Drape golds of gold. Oh Lord dress him. See, it involves effort to make it to God's presence. Being a black king, experience hard lessons. Father, forgive me. All this art is survival picture. Now I know more rap verses than Bible scriptures. Singing in the choir didn't fit the job description. Looking in the mirror and noticed that God was missing. Life ain't all pain, the love I forgot to mention. Invested in a proposition, but forgot the interest. Fame ain't gain, hope my shades block attention. Trying to run with the big dogs when you not conditioned. The world we live in ain't optimistic. High cop kill a kid and only got suspension. For a mother's broken heart, never got prescriptions. Pray peace on the slaves that never got redemption. Stole all our inventions and that's without permission. Righteous kings we lost that never got convicted. Lord, please watch me. R.I.P. Kings from Martin Luther.